everyone, welcome back to my channel. Becky here with another book tag. Peyton and Brittany did this original book tag. I will link their videos down below, and it is a HalloweenTown book tag. So I have never seen HalloweenTown, but all the movies are on Disney Plus. So today is Friday. After school, we'll be doing some movie nights, movie night watching with the kids. So stay tuned for that. So I don't know these characters or anything from the questions, but I will after I do the tag, apparently.
I'm smacking you!
Go put this away.
No.
Ow!
I want to give you a smacking!
Ow! Okay, get out of here! So, HalloweenTown, name a fictional place you wish were real. At the end of September, I finished reading The Night Circus. And I wish that that circus was real and we could go visit it during the night. And I thought it was very magical. Marnie, name a book about witches. So I don't think I've actually read a book about witches before. I did read a middle grade called The Girl Who Drank the Moon. And the grandma basically who takes care of the girl in that is a witch. So, there you go. The Girl Who Drank the Moon has a witch in it. Sophie, name your favorite middle grade book. So, I don't typically read a lot of middle grade books, but since joining BookTube and within this year, I have read a few more. The Adventures Through Wonderland through September, which I participated in. I read a few books like The Borrowers, Howl's Moving Castle, The House with Chicken Legs, and The Train to Impossible Places. And I also this year have read The Girl Who Drank the Moon. And Other Words for Home I read for Allie Dunn's book club currently reading, and I really enjoyed Other Words from Home. It is written in verse. It is about a refugee she's 12 years old. She comes from Syria with her pregnant mother and comes to America, leaving her father and brother behind in Syria. And it's just her starting school in America and learning what it means to be a Muslim in America. It was really good and really powerful and a really good book and an easy read, being middle grade and also written in verse. So I would definitely suggest that book. Dylan, name a book with a magical school. So again, like witches, I don't think I've read a book that has to deal with a magical school, believe it or not. There's the most obvious ones that come to mind, like Harry Potter. Never read it. So I do have a book series that me and my daughter Sophie are going through, so I'm gonna wait. She's at school right now. When she gets back, we're gonna film a short clip talking about the book series that we have been going through together. It's kind of magical. You'll see. So this is me and Sophie here to talk about magic schools in books. So one of the questions was, what's a magic school in a book that you have read? But I haven't really read any books with magic schools in them. But I was thinking of the book that the series me and you have been reading together. It's not really a magic school, but they train dragons. So what is that book called?
Dragon Masters.
Yes, and we've read the first 4 books?
3.
3 books, but we own the first 4. What is this school about? It's not really magic necessarily, but...
Well, Griffith is magic.
Griffith is what?
He uses magic.
He is a...
wizard.
He's a wizard, and he's teaching the kids. They're kids like your age, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe 10 years old. So tell us about Dragon Masters. What is it about?
So there's one about saving the sun dragon. The sun dragons end up like sick.
Yeah.
And, like they go to meet the moon dragon.
Mm-hmm.
The sun dragon's like
twin
brother. And this magic book, it says like only a sun dragon's twin moon dragon can heal each other.
Yeah, they heal each other.
Mm-hmm. There's one where they introduce Worm, the dragon.
Yeah. The main character that we follow, his dragon is Earth Dragon, right? Okay, but tell us about the school. What is the school about?
It's not a school, it's actually a castle.
Yes, but the king has called these kids in to do what?
Train dragons.
So, do you like the books?
Those are really Masters? Cool. I can't wait to read number 4.
Would you like to be a Dragon Master?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, and there is, like you said... Oh, I'm sitting on my light. And like you said, there's a little bit of magic. So Griffith is the wizard, and he trains the kids how to be dragon masters, right?
Yes.
He helps them to connect with their dragons and their dragon stones and stuff, right?
In every book, the person who takes care of that dragon, they hear their dragon speak within the stone they have.
Yeah, that connects
There's
them
like
to their dragon.
Big, like, crystal.
Mm-hmm. A dragon stone.
The dragon stone.
Yeah, and then
And
they
each
have
of the
pieces from
kids
it.
have like little pieces of it on like a little necklace.
What does the stone do when they have a connection with their dragon?
It like glows and it feels a little bit warm.
Yeah. Would you recommend this book to other people?
Yeah.
Well, do you like the book? Do you think other people would like to read it?
Maybe.
What kind of people do you think would like this book?
People who believe in like ancient magic or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Maybe people your age.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
It's a pretty easy read too, right?
Mhm.
So people who are just learning how to read could read it. Okay, I think she's done with this video. So thanks for stepping in here for 5 minutes. So. Grandma Aggie, name a book that helps you escape into a brand new world. So this one has been hard. I've been trying to think of an answer for this one because I don't read a lot of fantasy. A lot of the books I do read are set here in the real world, or it's like dystopian like the Hunger Games, and I don't want to be part of the Hunger Games world. I'm old enough now to be not part of the reaping, but it'd be kind of cool to visit the capital anyways. A book that helps you escape into a new world is also Narnia. I have read the Narnia series. I have them up here. You can't see them. But I've read them through all the books once. So I definitely want to do a reread probably in the new year. But definitely Narnia. Such a magical and beautiful world that I would love to go visit. Calabar, name your favorite villain. So I've been thinking about this one, who my favorite villain would be. Because again, I don't read a lot of fantasy books or anything like that. So there's not like a direct villain necessarily. And I read a lot of like murder, mystery, detective kind of books. So the villain is the murderer, the person you're trying to find, right? I have not read, but have watched the series of unfortunate events. And a friend of ours had read the book, the whole book series, and said that Count Olaf was one of his favorite villains of all time in literature. But I have not read that. We have the first couple books. My husband was reading them. Oh, yeah. We have the first 4. But yeah, I have not read those ones. The only villain I could think of was Jack Randall from the Outlander series. And he's part of the first couple books, I think. It's been a while since I've read. There's 8 books and they all just kind of blended together for me. So I can't remember exactly how many books he's a part of. The first one anyways. And Jack Randall is like the most evil person ever. Benny, name a book that is always there to get you out of a hard time. What's a book that's always there to get you out of a hard time?
Where the Red Fern Grows.
Where the Red Fern Grows is definitely one of my favorite, probably middle grade books. And it is a tearjerker though, but it is one I always go back to. So there you go. Where the Red Fern Grows. My husband doesn't know. He doesn't read the same books I read. If he reads at all.
I read sometimes.
Luke, name a character with a hard exterior that is actually soft inside. So I think it was Peyton mentioned Warner from the Shatter Me series, and it's funny because I wrote down Kenji for a different reason, but Warner is definitely a really good answer for that one. But I wrote down Kenji not because he has this really hard exterior. It's kind of the opposite. He's the Joker. He's always like, everyone looks to him to lighten the mood and be funny and always laughing. But he talks about how he has these really difficult feelings. They're going through some of like the hardest stuff that they could possibly go through at like 20 years old. And he can't be mad. He can't be sad. He can't cry. He can't process these extremely difficult emotions because everyone just expects him to laugh and be funny and be Kenji. I had a hard time thinking of somebody with like the hard exterior where they have no emotions, but Warner is a really good one for that. And there's a scene in one of the novellas where he like picks up a puppy and it's just like so sweet and warms your heart and you're like, okay, maybe Warner's not the worst guy ever. But yeah, Kenji as well. He's really soft and sweet and he kind of puts up the front of being the jokester. And you really have to get to know him to see the deeper feelings behind his Joker face. Cal, name your favorite guilty pleasure book. So I haven't read these in a long time, but I used to read Nicholas Sparks and like absolutely love them. The Walk to Remember, of course. I read so many of his books when I was younger, like a teenager, 17, 18, 19. And I actually have a book on my shelf called The Guardian that I bought for the sole purpose of the fact that it had a Great Dane on the cover and just had to buy it. But Nicholas Sparks, I would say, is like a guilty pleasure for me. You just know it's going to be a good, sweet love story kind of thing. And I don't read a lot of romance, but I definitely like Nicholas Sparks's books. Name a book you love that you forget to talk about. So one of the books that my husband actually made me read a while ago is called Heir Apparent. It's kind of like the first book I ever read where you're stuck inside a video game. She's stuck inside this virtual reality video game and she has to figure out how to beat it in order to get out of it and live for real in the real life. Like, she can't get out of this machine. Something malfunctions. So that's the first time I ever read a book like that. I love Ready Player One. I read Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kristen Miller. That was a good one. I only read the first in the trilogy. Ready Player One I really enjoyed. There's a lot of stories out there where you're stuck in the video game, and Heir Apparent is one that I always forget to talk about. It's more young adult, but it's really funny and I really enjoyed it, and I think they did a really good job with that. And also The Shack is a Christian novel. It was really popular like 10 years ago, but it really just hit me in the feels, and I've reread it I think twice, and I want to reread it again. And I just get so much out of that book, and I always forget to talk about it. Ethan, name a character you'd want to go on a romantic broom ride with. I just asked my husband who would I want to go on a romantic broom ride with, and he said hopefully me. But he's not a book character, so that doesn't count. And all I think of is Aladdin, because that's a magic carpet ride, but I feel like a carpet would be more comfortable than trying to sit on a broom. I don't really have like romantic interests in books. I can't think of somebody I'd want to go on a romantic broom ride with though. I just read The Right Swipe. That was a good one. And that, I can't remember the male character's name. But he was really sweet and I really liked him in that. So maybe that guy from The Right Swipe. And Natalie, name a character who is proud of who they are. So I just recently read One to Watch, and Bea Shoemaker, she is a plus size fashion blogger, and she ends up on basically the Bachelorette show called The Main Squeeze. So she is the next Main Squeeze, and she is plus size, and she has body image struggles, and you see that throughout this book and stuff. But people talk about like, well, you're a plus size blogger, you're always posting selfies of yourself like in bikinis and blah blah blah. Why should you be worried about wearing a bikini on this boat for this like group date and stuff? And she said, yeah, I post pictures of myself, but I'm in control of that, and I take these photos, and I am in control of the angle and the way it looks, and if I want to post it or not, and if she's having a good day, if she feels like she's looking good, things like that. She doesn't always like the way she looks, and she struggles with her body image and her self-esteem and stuff, but she still is proud of who she is, and she's on this show to show others that you can be plus size and fall in love, that you can have romance. I really like Bea Shoemaker and her character and how much she loves herself. Anyways, that is the HalloweenTown Book Tag. We will be watching those movies tonight, so I'm excited about that. Well, at least the first movie tonight. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.